Alright, so now we're about to do a recap of yesterday's trade, which was, what was yesterday? June 10th, 2024. So I'm gonna just go ahead and because we wouldn't have had these trend line. I mean, we probably would have had this trend line. So I'm gonna mark it as if I'm gonna just leave it here actually. If it was yesterday, I'm gonna just put a new drawing set. Let's go to the backtest drawing set. Let's go ahead and switch over real quick. Backtest. Alright. So go ahead and mark up my times. I think I'm on the wrong day. Yeah. Alright. Here we are. June 10th. Let's go ahead and mark out these times. 9:45. Let's go ahead and get 10:15. There you go. Mark that out. That's what I do every day. Mark those out because usually the candles aren't there. So I just mark it out so I know when to. I mean, I watch it all the time, but you know when to watch it more attentively, lock in a little more. And I don't really use trend lines that much. You know, some people could say like, you know, there's a trend line right here. You wait for a trend line break, but if you wait for a trend line break, you're missing a whole lot of the move. So fuck trend lines. We only use it on like high time frames. So go ahead and start marking out our little areas. We have some buy side liquidity up here, sell side down here. Let's go ahead and relative equal highs right here. So relative equal highs means they're both around the same price, equal highs. You know, it's no brainer if you don't understand what that means. The highs are equal. Alright. Go ahead and mark this. I'm gonna mark it as an FVG though, because right above it, I'm gonna just use the FVG indicating, because you know it is buy side liquidity, but right above it is a 15-minute bearish FVG. So just to let myself know. Let's go ahead and mark this one down here. Alright. So we go ahead and start the day. You know, I guess we can mark this bearish FVG, but it got disrespected right at open. So I had this bearish FVG marked out, but like I said, it got disrespected right at open. So I went ahead and removed that. There was a 1 minute FVG plus buy side liquidity here that did cause the market to come down a little bit. Right at the open, we had got a little sweep. Let's mark this out just for context, just to know. And let me go ahead and mark out my 12 midnight zone and my 8 a.m. I'm gonna just mark those out as purple. Okay, so 8:30. Where's 8:30 at? 8:30. Go ahead and mark this with a purple line. This is my 8:30. So I would mark it out with typing it in, but I'll have my keyboard unplugged so I could have the microphone plugged in. That's why I'm not really typing anything. This is the midnight open. And this day I was bearish. Or not bearish, I mean bullish. Let me go ahead and show you guys why. Let's go hourly or daily chart. Let's take a look. So this was the 10th. As you see on the bottom is the 10th. The day before we were bouncing up from a bullish daily FVG, and we were respecting it. You know, we're bouncing up. So my bias is still bullish, just like I told you on the other video. Unless we have a big market structure shift, then I'm gonna keep my bullish bias. But this is why, if y'all don't know why I was bullish for today, because the day before we were bouncing off of a daily FVG, as well as respected this order block right here. You see the line literally respects that. Let's go ahead and go back to the 15-minute chart. And this is NQ. If y'all haven't noticed, I only trade NQ. Y'all should notice by now if you're in the group. Alright. So we have our midnight. Go ahead and just remove the price. Midnight, and are we below the midnight level? Yes. Are we below the 830 level? Yeah. So it's telling me what, like I said in the other video, we're in a pretty good discount. So this is a good time to look for what's it called? To look for longs, buying positions. Let's go ahead and go back. And I know my video is gonna be a little sloppy. I'm still trying to find a structured way to make these videos, but it is what it is, right? So we broke market structure, or we swept sell side right here, just for context. You know, we go over in our time zone. You know, unfortunately, like, it would have been beautiful if we seen this swept, but we didn't. We did, in fact, though, sweep this right here. Some of y'all wouldn't catch this. You know, you gotta have a good eye. But we did, in fact, have a sweep. So we had one sweep here, another sweep here. We had a displacement here. And by displacement, I mean market structure break, in a way. Boom. Was there an FVG made? No. So we just keep looking. We're waiting, you know. Still in our window, 9:45 to 10:15. And then look what happens here. Break market structure right here. A little displacement going on. Go ahead and mark this out. So we went ahead and displaced again right here. And now we look, was there an FVG made? Do y'all see it? I know some people probably wouldn't, but you gotta kind of zoom in. It is there, and it is small. Look at that. Tiny. Let's go ahead and mark it out just to the end of our time zone. So I did enter on this FVG right here. I put my stop right below this one right here. No, I put my stop, actually, if I remember, it was either right here or right here. Either, I'm gonna just say this one, for even if you did this one, for example, it still did not hit your stop, so it's still valid. But I'm pretty sure I put it like at 8. So I find the level and I put mine like 1 point below it. So I'm pretty sure I had mine at 18,990, and sure at 18 or at 19,010. That's a 20-point stop. I don't like to take anything more than a 25-point stop, or even 20 point is kind of pushing it. But you know, with what we're getting, you gotta just take the risk. So just like the other video, and like I told y'all, take that 20. We take some out at 25-point profit. 19,010 was the entry, so 1935 would have been take profit for some. But when it's like this, and you know, you have a liquidity area right next to it, I just wait for the liquidity area, because 25 points would have been at 35, but the next liquidity area would have been this 39. So I'm gonna just wait for the 39, because we're basically at the liquidity area, right? Boom, hit first take profit right here. I'm gonna go ahead and make that blue take profit level right here, which was a swing high. Second take profit was these relative equal highs right here. And you could have had your third take profit at this buy side liquidity with the FVG on top of it. So here's your targets: first target, second target, third target. entry as a 19,010. You know, the second target would have been 63, or the last target would have been like 63 points, right? And you obviously scale out half at the first target, 25% at the second target, and then your remainder at final target. So we had entered here. We took first hit first target, but I'm actually mad about what happened on this trade. Usually I would move my stop to break even after first target, but I don't know what I was thinking. And I was like, let me just move my stops and profit right here at this line right here, because why not? And look exactly what happened. We literally tapped my stop loss and we kept going up. So, you know, I still secured my 50% here and some in profits, but I did miss the rest of the chunk of the move, and that's alright. You know, I don't really care. There's another day, another opportunity. But you know, it's a learning experience for me. Like, why the fuck did I break my low rule? But it is what it is, right? So we entered here. As you see, we start moving up. Another FVG made here, which is being respected. Because even though it broke a little below it, we still didn't close below it. We closed inside the FVG, which shows it's being respected. We even had another FVG right here that never got hit. So then we moved up, came down to the FVG, bounced back up, hit first target. From there, you would have moved stops to break even. We did start moving down. As I mentioned in the last video, don't freak out, because look what is starting to support us. Remember what I said, you're bullish, the red candles are going to act as support. Look at that. They're acting as support. We bounce back up, come back down a little bit. You know, that is what it is. We rebalance this FVG right here. Still in that area, acting as support, which is pretty great to see. Boom, we hit second target. From there, you would move your stops to a short-term low. So you could either move your stop from down here. So you can either move your stop to this one right here, this one right here, or this one right here. But what tends to happen is if you put it at the most recent one, price will sometimes sweep the most recent one and come back up. So we put it to below. So I would put it right here because they're relative equal lows. So after second take profit hit, I would have moved my stop here if I wasn't stopped out. 19,022, 12 points in profit, because fuck it, why not? We move up. From here, we, you know, slow grind up. As you see, there's not that many red candles, it's straight green that's going on. From there, after second target, we kind of just basically shoot straight up to third target, or final target, I should say. And from here, you would have been all out unless you kind of held. If you held for another target, I know some people probably held to the end. You know, you could use the end of FVG as a target too, which works because sometimes it wants to rebalance the whole FVG. So that could have been a possible target for you guys right here. It wasn't for me, but like I said, it could have been a possible target. And sometimes it doesn't, you know, sometimes it hits the FVG and it starts rejecting. But on this day, we actually did go up to it. So, for example, hypothetically, if I were to have targeted that after second take or final take profit hit, I personally would have just moved my my stop to second take profit. So even if it comes back on us and we don't go up, at least I still have secured some at my second take profit, which is good profits. But you see, we kind of fuck around here. We shoot up. We make an FVG here. Come down a little bit and look what we come down. Or even here, we kind of get supported by this. I'm getting too ahead of myself. We get supported by these red candles. Look at that. Break up, start coming down. What are we getting supported by? This red candle here. When we come back up, break down a little bit. You know, our stops were here, we would have got stopped out. It's a low manip. So usually by 12 is when stop raids happen and a lot of games start to be played. They start fucking with your positions. So realistically, I probably would have moved my stop down to here, been a little conservative, and I would have got stopped out, and that would have been fine because it was in profits. But if you wouldn't have got stopped out, you know, it keeps going up. And one thing I want to show too is, even though it did break below this FV or this support area that we're watching, remember on the other one how I mentioned we broke below it, but we still closed. We didn't even close inside of it. We closed above it, which is showing pretty strong support on here. We'll come back up. We kind of reject off this bearish FVG, get supported here again, and boom, we fly up into this target. Like I said, I don't want to cap and say I took it. I didn't hold all the way up to here. As I said, I fucked up and I got stopped out right here. But it's a learning experience, and I was still watching the trade throughout the whole time, just, you know, acting as if I was in the trade, what I would have been doing. You know, still a learning experience, right? So yeah, if you held all the way to my final take profit at 19,073 from what's it called, 19,010, that's about 63-point win, which is pretty good because these past weeks have been pretty fucking slow. We haven't been getting super energetic moves, and that's fine, you know. But like a month or two ago, we were getting about 100 points. Fucking our shits were hitting 200-point targets, fucking 250. I don't know, y'all remember, like these motherfuckers kept dropping and moving. But it is what it is, you know, just showing you the setup. Excuse me. It all happened at our 9:45 to 10:15 window. And that was the day for July 10. Or fuck, I keep saying July, but it's June. So that was the trade for June 10th of 2024 using this ICT strategy. And yeah, if y'all got questions, you know, let me know. I know it's confusing. I mean, some stuff still fucking confuses me. I'm still learning. I'm not trying to bullshit and say I got this strategy down, I know what the fuck's going on, this and that, because I don't. I'm not gonna cap on y'all. So yeah, you know, let me know if you have any questions. Comment down here, hit me in the Discord, fucking hit me up, whatever. Like, I'm down to help y'all because I'm trying to see y'all eat too. You know, I ain't stingy out here. I ain't being greedy with y'all. Pretty transparent. So yeah, that's it for this video. I know I haven't been that active in the chat. I've been trying to just perfect the strategy because I know, like I said, it was a bad week or two. So I'm kind of just trying to perfect it. And so with the bad, when I had a bad week, I kind of brought my confidence down. So I was just kind of iffy about it. But you know, continue studying, keep my head up. Don't be a bitch about it. It is what it is. Losses are part of the process, and the losses are learning experiences. So when you take an L trade, learn from it. Go back and look at it and realize, why did that trade not work? And sometimes it would have been a good, so how do you say it? A losing trade is not a bad trade. If you traded your setup, it met all your qualifications requirements for the setup, and you took it, whether it worked or not, as long as it hit all your qualifications for the trade, then it's a good trade. Because you don't want to break a rule and take a... So if you break a rule and you make profits, you can say it's a good trade because you made profits, but you're breaking your rule. You're not following your strategy. So in reality, you're setting yourself up for failure because you're building bad habits. So, you know, if you're following your system and what's it called? It still takes an L trade. It is what it is. You know, your setup just didn't work. I would still study it to see if maybe you had a wrong bias and all that, but sometimes it might just not work, and that's the fucking cost of the game, you know? You gotta lose money to make money. Scared money don't make money. And this is gonna be hard to learn for y'all. Just keep your head up, keep at it, don't quit, because if you quit, then you're robbing yourself of this great opportunity. So let me put into example. If you took MNQ, which I usually trade, which is $2 a point, from 19,010 to 19,073, that's 60 points, which is about $120. But if you traded NQ, which is $20 a point, that $120 would have been, fuck, I don't know, let me do the math. 60 times 20 would have been $1,200, $1,200. So, y'all could say it's too hard, fuck this, you don't got what it takes. You're seeing the potential here. You're seeing these strategies, these setups work day by day, for the most part. So you just tell yourself it's too much work. You're robbing yourself of potential, and that's fine. Some of y'all just don't got it in you, and some of y'all just want to keep working your regular job, and that's fine. I'm not gonna judge you for that. I don't think anyone else is gonna judge you for that. But me personally, that's just not the route I want to take. Going to work every day is kind of bullshit, in my opinion. And knowing you can make a week's worth of your pay in a single day if you stay at it. Knowing you can make that week's worth of pay in one day is kind of motivating to me. So knowing the potential's there keeps me at it, keeps me coming back, keeps me locked in. Like, I don't really go out as much as I used to. I don't really do shit. I'm usually at home studying my strat, studying ICT's videos. Study his 2022 mentorship video. That's what I'm currently on. I'm currently like on episode 26, and he drops straight gems. I swear, like, if y'all struggling to learning, watch 2022 ICT mentorship. It's long, and y'all gonna say it takes too much time, and you're gonna not go at it, which is fine. That's totally your decision. But don't come to me saying trading's hard and you want to get put on, because I'm telling y'all right now what to watch. I mean, personally, like, I watch his videos too. I mean, I'm watching his videos still, and they are long, and I'm the same way. I'm like, damn, these videos are so long. But if this shit was easy, if this shit was easy, I don't think he'd be able to explain it in one hour. This shit is complicated, so it takes multiple videos, multiple hours to learn this shit and for him to explain it to you. So keep at it. The potential's there. Don't bullshit yourself, because you're not hurting anyone but yourself. I personally don't care if you guys stop or you quit on yourself. I would like to see you guys keep pushing at it and wanting to, because I know a lot of y'all were interested to start with, but it seems like, I'm not one to assume, but it seems like a lot of y'all aren't getting at it as much as you should be. Like, I'm gonna start doing these every day, my analysis, and hopefully y'all watch them. If not, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care. I'm doing these for my own personal journal, so I can look back on the trades, see what worked out good, what worked out bad, and from there I could learn from myself. But hopefully y'all could use these videos to learn for yourself as well. And let me see if I have anything else to tell y'all. Don't expect yourself to figure this shit out in a month or two. It's gonna take multiple months, multiple L's, multiple hours studying. And I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna say, well, I don't have time for that shit. I got other shit to do. I think that's bullshit, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure you could put an hour out your day to watch one of his videos. Even 30 minutes out your day is gonna work pretty good. And you still say, well, I got no time. When you're pointlessly scrolling on your phone, that's time. Going out to hang out with your homies all the time, that's time you could be using to watch the videos, invest in yourself. The time you spend watching TV, watching the movies, that's time you could be doing studying this. There's always some time in the day you could find to invest in yourself. You kind of just gotta wake up and be aware of yourself. Like, what do you do in the day? Like, I mean, I've told myself sometimes, like, well, I don't got time for this and that, but I took a day and I'm like, well, what the fuck do I do in a day that's taking up all my time? And it really was just a lot of scrolling on Instagram, just watching TV, smoking, or whatnot, just pastime activities. So trust me when I say this, I'm pretty sure you do have time in the day, unless you're working like fucking 16 hours a day, 16-hour shifts, working doubles, I'm pretty sure you guys will find a little bit of time in your day to make this shit work. Because if you do find the time in the day to invest in this, and you keep at it a couple months down the line, maybe a year, be patient, it's gonna pay off. Because you're gonna be making what you're making at your 9 to 5 in a day. So what you make in your 9 to 5 in a week, you could be making that in a day. So whenever you're feeling let down, just keep that in mind. Remember why you're doing it, right? You're doing this for freedom of your time, and freedom of doing what you want, and freedom of not having to work for anyone else but yourself. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Hit me in the DMs, hit me in the comments, hit me in whatever. Fucking yeah, I hope y'all have a good week. And we have FOMC tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna trade that. I do have work, but I will try to monitor it. And if not, I'm gonna do an analysis on it of what happened. I know it is hindsight trading, but it is what it is. I still want to learn from FOMC because you can make some pretty good moves. Some people say it's gambling. If you know what you're doing, it's not really gambling. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna upload this in an hour. I'm gonna go eat breakfast. I'm gonna make myself some food, and then probably upload this, and then I'm gonna just go on with my day. Probably study a little more. Y'all should too. And yeah.